Have you ever shared something you cared about deeply, only to watch someone crush it with a few careless words? How many dreams have we buried after someone told us they wouldn't work? Not because the dreams were impossible, but because they were fragile, and we exposed them before they had the strength to stand. It happens more often than we think. Today's story isn't just about protecting what matters to you. It's about understanding why some dreams need silence before they can grow strong enough to survive the world. By the end, I'll share a simple practice that takes less than 30 seconds each morning, but can completely change the way you hold on to your dreams. Let's begin. There was once a young woman who lived in a small village at the edge of a forest. She spent her days weaving cloth and her evenings watching the sky change colors as the sun disappeared behind the trees. Life moved slowly in the village. Most people were satisfied with their routines and rarely imagined anything different. But the young woman felt something stirring inside her. She wanted to build something meaningful, something that would last longer than a single lifetime. One morning, she decided she would create a garden unlike anything the village had ever seen. Not just a simple patch of flowers or vegetables, but a place filled with rare plants and quiet paths. A place where people could walk, breathe deeply, and feel peace settle into their hearts. For months she had been collecting seeds, learning about soil, studying the seasons, and imagining small wooden benches placed under shade trees. The dream felt like a fire burning warmly inside her chest. Excited, she did what many of us do when hope fills our hearts. She told people at the market. She shared her idea with a neighbor. The woman frowned and said, "A garden? We already have gardens. Why waste your time?" Her excitement dimmed slightly, but she tried to ignore it. Later that day, she told a friend. The friend laughed. "You don't know the first thing about rare plants. They'll all die, and you'll have nothing to show for it." By evening, she had shared her dream with several more people. Each response carried doubt. One called the idea unrealistic. Another said she was being foolish. Someone else simply shrugged, as if the dream didn't matter at all. When the young woman returned home that night, the bright fire she had felt that morning had turned into a weak flicker. She sat by her window, staring at the fading light of the sunset. Maybe they were right. Maybe the dream was foolish. The next day she walked into the forest to clear her mind. Deep among the trees, she saw an old woman sitting on a stone, calmly shelling nuts into a wooden bowl. "You look troubled," the old woman said gently. The young woman sat beside her and sighed. "I had a dream," she said quietly. "But after telling people about it, it feels like the dream is dying." The old woman nodded thoughtfully. "Show me your hands." Confused, the young woman held them out. The old woman studied them carefully. "Strong hands," she said. "Hands that can build." Then she asked, "When you plant a seed, do you dig it up every day to show your neighbors?" The young woman shook her head. "No, that would kill it." The old woman smiled. "Exactly. Some things need darkness and silence before they can grow. Dreams are like seeds. When they are new, they are fragile. Every doubt, every careless word can crush them before they take root." The young woman felt something shift in her heart. "So I shouldn't have told anyone?" "Not yet, the old woman replied. "Most people aren't trying to hurt you. They simply speak from their own fears and disappointments." She handed the young woman a small bag of nuts. "Protect your dream the way you would protect a seedling. Work on it quietly. Let your dedication give it roots. When the roots are deep enough, the dream will stand on its own." The young woman walked home with those words echoing in her mind. This time, she told no one. Before sunrise each morning, she worked on a small patch of land behind her house. She prepared the soil, planted seeds, and watered them patiently. Weeks turned into months. Sometimes she felt lonely working in silence, But she remembered the old woman's lesson and continued. Slowly, the garden began to grow. A small fence appeared. A winding path made of smooth river stones curved between the beds of plants. Some seeds failed, but others flourished. Nearly a year later, a neighbor passing by stopped and stared in surprise. Flowers of colors the village had never seen were blooming. A small wooden bench rested beneath a young tree. "It's beautiful," the neighbor whispered. "How long have you been working on this?" "Almost a year," the young woman replied. Soon more people came to see the garden. This time, their words were filled with admiration instead of doubt, and the young woman realized something important. Now, that the dream had become real. Their opinions could no longer destroy it. The dream no longer needed permission. Years passed, and the garden grew larger and more beautiful. People traveled from distant villages just to walk its quiet paths. But the young woman never forgot the lesson she had learned. Whenever someone came to her with a new dream, she asked them a simple question: "Who have you told?" If they had told many people and felt discouraged, she would say gently, "Then stop telling. Start building." Because dreams are like flames in the wind. When they are new, even a small breeze can extinguish them. But if you protect that flame and feed it with quiet effort, it will grow into a fire that no wind can put out. So tomorrow morning, try something simple. Think of one dream you want to build. Don't announce it. Don't post about it. Just write it down privately and take one small action toward it. Protect the seed. Let your hands speak before your words do. And watch what grows.